A 168-pound title bout. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner. Please make welcome the reigning defending Sparta Combat League 152-pound and 154-pound champion, Alejandro Ibarra.
Our fourth fight of tonight, JR, at SCL Boxing Conflict features Alejandro Ibarra, coming to us not only as an outstanding boxer that we've known him for, but an outstanding MMA fighter too, and he's really made that jump in that striking game. In the last 16 to 18 months, we've seen a whole completely different Alejandro Ibarra. Not only is he incredibly exciting, incredibly technical, and really starting to deliver on the power.
And speaking of making that jump, he's a two-division champion here at Sparta Combat League Boxing, and he's stepping up another weight class to challenge for the 168-pound title tonight, our first title fight of the night.
I absolutely love watching this kid fight. Love it. And he's getting better and better with every outing. Boxing's his world.
And now, fighting out of the Farmers Insurance Thomas Swenson blue corner. Please make welcome P.J. Walker.
Yeah, speaking of Ibarra, you talk about boxing being his world. That's what he wants to do. He wants to come out and put hands on people.
And he's pretty good at it, by the way.
No doubt about that. His opponent, Pledge Walker, I'm not sure what his natural walking weight is. I have a feeling Ibarra probably had to eat his way up to this weight class, considering he's fought in two lower weight classes. So we're going to see if it becomes a little bit of a power advantage for Mr. Walker.
You know, skill, technique, and speed are always the killers of power. We know that Alejandro Ibarra has speed. We know that he's got technique. We know that he's got power as well. Let's see what ends up happening in this outstanding matchup between Alejandro Ibarra and P.J. Walker in this 168-pound title fight here at SCL Boxing.
Fight number 4 of the evening is presented by Spartan Labs. Do you use what the Spartans use? Products and samples available for every physique and training regimen at SpartanLabsOnline.com. Time to meet the 168-pound title fighters first. Fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner. From Child's Play and a Family Affair Boxing in Denver, Colorado, the reigning, defending Sparta Combat League 152-pound and 154-pound champion, Alejandro Ibarra. And now, fighting out of the Farmers Insurance Thomas Swenson blue corner. From Bring It Back Boxing in Denver, Colorado, please make welcome P.J. Walker. This 168-pound title bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Referee Tim Mills.
And Mr. Walker is in the blue gloves. He represents Bring It Back Boxing against the two-division champion Alejandro Ibarra, who represents Child's Play MMA and a Family Affair Boxing.
I cannot wait for this fight to get going, JR. I feel like a kid going to a movie.
Giggity would be the word, right?
Giggity, giggity.
Referee Tim Mills, third in the ring. Ding, ding. And Ibarra with the height and reach advantage.
Beautiful body
and
shot.
Uses it immediately, and Walker able to answer back and then comes over the top with some power, does Walker.
You know, and you referenced it earlier, JR. This is, you know, where power and speed and technique all kind of come into one big display, and both of these guys are in outstanding shape, and I've seen what both these guys can do. Both these guys are very powerful strikers.
So you talk about trying to put power into your punches. One thing that coaches love fighters to do is they can twist their torso, they can move their shoulders with their punches, getting their body weight behind it. And what I'm seeing from Walker immediately is the speed of his torso movement. He really gets his body into his punches nicely.
And you know, for Ibarra, one of the things that I've always thought was his most devastating shot was his quick flash left hook. And he lands that thing at will in all realms of combat sports. And he's done it already here tonight. I think the first punch that he did land tonight in this first round was that flash check hook. And it caught, it definitely caught the attention of P.J. Walker early. So let's see what happens here.
And Walker pushed back a step there. Walker doing a nice job managing the distance. When he gets inside even a little bit, he's willing to stand there, be in the pocket, and that's when we saw Ibarra put his hands up and try to push him backward, wants to manage that distance and keep Walker out at the end. And the corner of Ibarra calling for more aggressiveness now.
P.J. Walker looking to get himself established in this first round as Ibarra is kind of controlling this ring right now.
10-second clacker sounded.
Oh.
See if anybody puts together a flurry here to end the round. And no.
Both these guys definitely respecting each other's power and skills, as we're seeing. Very interesting to see if that was a feel-out round and if we can expect to see full throttle in this second and third round or much of the same.
Here's the replay, Ron, and seeing these guys loading up with the power that we talked about as we step it up in weight. Of course, the power starts to come in too, but goodness, look at the speed of these two in the 168-pound class as well. And Walker stepping forward, bridging that gap nicely, doing a really good job of getting inside Ibarra right at the end of the round. Ibarra had him up against the ropes, landed a really nice right hook, but he was in tight enough that he smothered his own punch a little bit, so it didn't quite have the effect that he wanted.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm curious how this second round is going to go. I almost wish I could watch this fast forward in my head. Oh, beautiful hook. Beautiful hook twice right there from P.J. Walker.
And disguise it as starting out as a jab by Walker, brings it forward just a little bit and then turns the corner with it. Nicely done.
You know, and speaking of the jab, I think that's exactly what Alejandro Ibarra has to do, is really get that jab established in this fight, because everything for Alejandro Ibarra comes off that jab. Everything.
Yeah, and Ibarra has to make sure he doesn't waste energy chasing Walker around the ring. Walker being very lateral in his movement here, circling all around, not letting himself be a stationary target, but there's no need for Ibarra to go running after him.
I like the way that I'm seeing P.J. Walker changing levels, and I really love the way I'm seeing him throwing that hook.
Referee Tim Mills with some of the better footwork in the ring right there.
Oh, hard right hands twice. He's got him hurt. And here comes Alejandro Ibarra. This is what I was talking about, JR. Boom! Another
and
big
again
right.
With the right hand. Almost seemingly a will with the right hand by Ibarra.
You know, he caught him with that flash left hook that I referenced, and then he followed up with two hard right hands. P.J. Walker's in trouble right now, JR.
And a beautiful job by Ibarra of going straight down the pipe. A lot of times you see your opponents hurt. You want power in the punches. You start to hook them. You start to wing them. Ibarra split the guard with about 4 different punches right there.
And look at the way that he's composing himself, getting himself calculating here in terms of throwing that right hand. And he's throwing it hard and landing at will on P.J. Walker with that big right hand. He's got P.J. Walker hurt right now.
Walker's taking some deep breaths. He's also on wobbly feet. He's trying to bounce around, feel where he's at in the ring, but Ibarra continuing to step forward. And like we talked about, it's an almost at-will target practice bit for Ibarra here, latter half of round number 2. There's the bell. We get a third.
Outstanding second round right there for Alejandro Ibarra. Really capitalizing on the distance, really capitalizing, gauging P.J. Walker coming in, and absolutely capitalizing on that power right hand.
And here's the replay. See some of these power shots of Ibarra landing, and let's see if they give us the shot. Yep, some of those straight punches right down the pipe, just splitting the guard and just, cliched term here, but beating his opponent to the punch.
Getting there
just
first.
Flashier and faster.
No question about it. Feeling more comfortable as the fight goes on, and we see that in Alejandro Ibarra a lot. That first round tends to be a feel-out round for him, but once he gets that range established, once he gets that distance established, he's a deadly striker.
And that speaks to the intelligence of the fighter, to be able to start to read what your opponent's going to do and have confidence in, okay, I tried to set him up with this earlier, it did or didn't work, here's where he's going to be after I throw this technique, and then to capitalize on it just speaks to his experience in the fight game.
You know, and I think for P.J. Walker, he's got to really let that lateral movement work for him and throw punches at angles, because if he stands right in front of Alejandro Ibarra with that right hand that's coming, he's in trouble.
And Walker going back to his corner, I almost saw his legs wilt from underneath him as he was making his way toward the stool. So I don't know if he has the legs for the lateral footwork here in the third.
Big, hard right hands. He's hurt bad. He is hurt bad. I don't think he knows where he is,
I was
JR.
just going to say he's not sure where he's at. And wandering around the ring a little bit, trying to gather himself here. Let's see if he's able to bring his eyes back, because they were starting to roll back a little bit. Referee Tim Mills says, okay, you're good to go, but I think we're going to see Ibarra pour it on here.
He's really hurt. He walked right into a right hand. Kudos to this kid for the heart that he's showing, because he's not quitting one bit, but he is absolutely hurt bad right now.
And Walker's looking at the referee and kind of
he's
one
gotta
way
stop
out. The
this
referee
fight.
needs to stop it in.
Great job, Tim Mills.
Congratulations, Alejandro Ibarra, Child's Play Boxing, a family affair boxing. Goes home with the victory.
Outstanding performance from Alejandro Ibarra. Really figured out everything about P.J. Walker in that first round. Took that second round to really maximize the efficiency of what he saw and absolutely capitalized on every opportunity, finishing P.J. Walker in an exciting second round affair. Wow, what a show. Great job, Alejandro Ibarra, and great job, P.J. Walker, of hanging tough in there against a very, very skillful Alejandro Ibarra.
Mr. Ibarra, a 3-division champion now. They're starting to gather the belts for him in the ring. He's got a lot of hardware to haul home.
He's special. I got to tell you, I can't say enough great things about P.J. Walker too. Hanging in there with the guy of the skill level of Alejandro Ibarra and hanging as tough as he did.
Yeah, nicely done by Mr. Walker. Did all he could to make a fight out of it this evening. It was just the technical prowess. And let's take it up, Sean.
1 minute, 14 seconds for round number 3. Referee Mills has called a stop to this fight, declaring a winner by TKO. And new Sparta Combat League 168-pound champion, Alejandro Ibarra. Sean in the ring with Alejandro. You've got yourself quite a collection now there, buddy.
Yeah, man. Just working hard. Appreciate Fidel over here. Everybody at AFA and Child's Play, man. Putting work.
Tell me a little bit more about what you got going career-wise now. I know you've done some MMA in the past. You're going to stick with boxing because that's where you seem to be having a lot of success right now.
Yeah, man. I'm going to keep it going, you know, trying to stay undefeated. So, I don't know. I like to fight. I like to train. Oh, I have no idea, you know. I'm just here because I like the sport. It's not about money. I just like the sport, so I'll see.
It's working out well for you so far. Some people you want to thank, I'm sure.
You know, everybody, my family, my coach, my teammates, you know, and I'm looking for some sponsors. If anybody wants to help me out, you know, I'm an upcoming fighter. I work hard every day. That's it.
Congratulations on another belt. Give it up once again for your new champion, Alejandro Ibarra.